Cut the beat, right here. Right here, right here, right here. I'm not saying, man. Once you run it full. Come on. Did you just any person go in here? Go in here. Go in.
Police are searching for a woman accused of stealing money from a 7-year-old boy and assaulting his mother in Bronx last month. The incident happened at around 11:40 a.m. on September 24th at Richard's Fruits and Vegetables on Jerome Avenue. Juliet Garcia stated that her 7-year-old son, Mike, had just paid for some fruit. He turned around to leave the store with change in his hand when a woman snatched it from him. Officers state that the boy's mother tried to intervene. The suspect later punched the mother in the face. Quote, "After when I was going to get my boy, she came out with the money and she pushed me and punched me in the chest. The woman stormed away with $3, leaving Garcia struggling to breathe and Mike traumatized. The mother states that she's thankful that her 1-year-old in the stroller was not hurt. Garcia states that she's seen the woman in the past and she had even asked Garcia for money earlier in the day.
When we're looking at these polls and we're looking at who is voting for Trump, you've got 53% of white women that voted for him in 2020. We've got to reach those women. We've got to reach those ridiculous, crazy black men that did vote for Trump. We've got to reach those people. We've got to reach the Cuban men in Miami that overwhelmingly voted for Trump.
You want the gold, sucker? Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
That's AT&T.
Shh. It's early in the morning on the U.S. Capitol grounds. And man, security and law enforcement is everywhere. Walk with me. Look at this. What is going on? Have you ever seen something like this? With Capitol, no police? Man. Everywhere. What's going on? And it's quiet, as if they're waiting for something, expecting something, preparing for something. Look over here. Let's walk over here. Come on, come on. Let's walk over here. Morning. Oh my God. You got all this? What's going on here? Let's go. Let's turn around and look at that again, man. Turn around and look at that. Let them see this. What's going on here? Oh, my. I'm going to figure it. I mean, it's as if the entire law enforcement force is here early in the morning. I'll get back to you, okay? I'll get something's going on. You got to do some research. I got to see if there's some threats. If there's something big going on in the nation's capital, I'll figure it out. Stand by.
No, nigga.
Bro, what did you just say? I just said, nah, bro, that's still gay. No, you're gay. He's gay.
Oh, so you doing the bending?
Yeah, you know what it is. That Lambo life, baby. That Lambo life, you know. My whole thing, I got all the Lambos. You know how we do it? Lambo life, Lambo life. Too bad they really ain't mine. This me right here. Let me get to that time. You know how I do it. It is what it is.
Hold up! What is this shit?
What kind of world do we live in? Where a normal, regular girl cannot find just a regular guy out here to date. Because these guys don't want a real woman. They want a fantasy. They want to live in this fake fantasy world. They would rather jack off to some screen, to some robot, rather than actually deal with a real human being and what comes with that. You know why? Because it's easier. And I am done. I'm done.
You be aight, nigga.
And it was a joke.
And it made me kind of chuckle. And it said, women are looking at the men differently now. They're asking, can you fish? Can you hunt? Can you fight? Because it's that way now. And my son said to me when I was talking to him about it, he said, you know, the bad thing about it is these young boys with who have been feminized don't even see that this was a plan. Because I told him when I was growing up, if this happened when I was 10, 12, 13 years old, I wouldn't be as worried because every man in my neighborhood had a fucking rifle. That's when this system was afraid of us because they knew we weren't going to be the only ones to die if you came down our street in a tank. We have been weakened, people. We have been denatured. Because if we want fish, we got to go to them to get it. If we want clean water, we have to go to them to get it. And who can tell how clean that is? If we want anything, we have to go to them to get it. We have got to change. We have got to change. And I know that you guys get upset with me when I talk to you about this, but this is on us. This is our land. The ADOS people don't want to accept that this is our land, but those of us who know that we are Aboriginal and that we are Indian, we better come together. It's not about how much money we can get for what we talk about. It's not about Cashapp, because Cashapp ain't going to save us.
Let me just say, I don't know specifically what's going on, where we're at a point in time where a unknown rapper can rap out of school and he gets his chain snatched by a middle schooler. At this point in time, it's just time to pack it up. You can't, at this point in time, if you decide to change your lyrics and you want to be thugged out, you want to be rapping from the streets, you can't do it. Because that 7th grader knows who you are and he can pull your card at any time. Now we got, again, video footage. Chain got snatched, asking him why is he running, and then you're asking for the principal. It's crazy. I've never seen anything like this before in my life. You're going to have to just go to R&B because rap is just not going to be the deal. Now, I need somebody to tell me what is specifically happening in New York where you have a full-grown adult deciding that they want to stop into a store, crack open the door real quick, see a small child with a few bills, decide to steal those bills directly from the child, and then wants to accost the mother. I'm a little bit confused. I don't know what's going on. I'm not sure how broke or how beneath a human being you have to be in order to literally steal money from a child. But that's crazy. That's ridiculous. Like I said, I don't understand it. For the life of me, I just do not understand what is happening, what is directly going on. That person needs to be caught and thrown directly in prison. That's all I'm saying. The moment in time that you decide that you want to steal it's already enough that people want to steal, but you are stealing directly from a child. Go straight to jail. Or go directly to prison, 25 years. I'm just going to be real. Like I said, at the end of the day on this platform, I'm always about protecting the children. And you got somebody, a fully grown adult, deciding they want to steal from a child. No ifs, ands, or buts, straight to jail. Longest sentence possible. No excuses. And here we go again, where you have a woman of color using the platform, using the light, the fame that she has in order to talk about black men. Now, notice how the other men got talked about. Oh, white women voted for Trump. White men voted for Trump. Puerto Rican men, Hispanic men, whatever, voted for Trump. But then she was like, the crazy black men, we really got to get. What was all that? You didn't call nobody else crazy. You didn't demean them. You didn't call anybody else any type of name. But you wanted to specifically single out and call out black men as if they are like I said before, nobody can sit up there and tell me that black men are not more targeted out here than anybody else. It is clear as day. Everybody in the media is literally on the same bandwagon of speaking some type of negative way about black men. And people think that black men are just trying to make things up. They're trying to prop themselves up as some type of victim, that they're making these fictitious. No, you can literally see it. It's clear as day in 4K. In 4K, it don't matter where you go, somehow, some way, black men are going to be mentioned, and 10 times out of 10, it's going to be negative every single time. Like I said, this is what black men have been talking about since pretty much I want to say since the inception of this country. This is what we have been going through. This is what we've been talking about. And some people are going to say, why don't you guys fight back? Black men have been fighting back against all different types of narratives. People don't understand how tiring this is. You're literally in a forever, never-ending battle where you're always in the defensive position because you don't have time to automatically go on the attack, and you're getting attacked from every single side. It's a very tiring thing. And a lot of people don't understand it, of having to play defense every day, all day, 24/7, 365 days of the year, 7 days out of the week, 24. Like, nobody understands that. And then people want to try to figure out, why is it that black men are not energetic? Why they're not in such a fight mode? And because we've always been in a fight mode. We've always been in a fight mode. And our fight is basically defense. Because we literally have to defend from every single angle. We got to defend from our own people. We got to defend from our own women. We got to defend from our own kids. We got to defend from the system. We got to defend from the police. We got to defend from the government. We got to defend from the United States. We got to defend from other people saying stuff about us from overseas and everywhere else. We have nobody. We literally don't. So dealing with Washington, D.C., I don't know what specifically is happening, what's going on. I've heard this story here where you have the black gentleman walking through, and then you can see all of the police force directly out there. You just see tons and tons of cars. And he's like, yo, what's going on? Like, what is really happening right now at this moment in time that we really don't know about? And this also falls in line with some of the things that I've said over the years, where there's a lot of backdoor meetings. There's a lot of meetings that happen while America is sleeping. These people will get together and it won't be broadcasted. They'll shake hands and do all of these things behind closed doors. And then when it's daytime, you think that everybody doesn't like everybody and everybody is in full disagreement, but they're really on the exact same page when it deals with the things that they want to happen in America and how they want it to happen and affect the American people. Like I said, a lot of people need to wake up. A lot of people need to understand that it doesn't matter if you are a Democrat or Republican, you're going to get the short end of the stick. The rich are going to stay rich and they're going to win forever. And the broke people, aka the poor and the middle class, are going to stay losers forever, up until people decide to wake up. But let's just hope that people don't decide to wake up at the last minute. I wanted to skip past the other three and go specifically to the end, because the end was very much important, and it involves, again, black men. It involves the young black boys. And this is an elder telling you how it is at one point in time that there was protection in the black community, right? But when there was protection, that's when the black community was feared. But there is nothing to fear now, because that protection is no longer there. And I want people to understand, because I know some women are going to say, like, oh, that's because black men abandoned us. That's because this. No, you had a lot of different battles and a lot of different fights. You've had a lot of different things systematically that have taken place in order to dismantle the protection that was once there in the black community when it dealt with the elders, the women, and the children. As she said before, like, she had nothing to fear because there was always going to be a black man there that was going to have a weapon. And at this moment in time, you really can't find those types of black men anymore, because psychologically, black men have been very much affected. You have systematically, black men have been affected. Financially, black men have been affected. And since you have black men that have been castrated, for, lack of a better word, both physically and emotionally, going back to what she stated, where you have a lot of effeminate black men directly out here, and how if there was anything to take place, there would not be a abundance of black men in order to protect the black community. You would still have some, but it wouldn't be as many as what we used to have. And again, this further goes into the effect of showcasing how it is that Black men have been systematically targeted, how Black men have been affected, how Black men have been castrated, how it is that Black men are the, central focal point. And because other people realize this, they made sure to devise plans in order to take out that center point so that they could formulate and do whatever attack that they want on the Black community, because they've already dismantled, in a sense, Black men, or at least a nice enough amount where they can just do what it is that they want to do. Again, this is further showcasing how much Black men are important, are a integral part, fabric of the Black community. But a lot of people can't see that because a lot of people have been brainwashed into thinking that Black men are not a necessity. Black men are not needed. Black men are not the protection. Like I said, whatever negative thing, I could probably list to you a variety of things because I've had people say this directly to me. Again, when you're fighting an all-out battle literally against everybody, you start to get to a point where you look at everybody as the enemy. And even when it gets to the point of looking at everybody as the enemy, the one last person that you got left is you might even start to see yourself as that as well, because you've been attacked. You've been talked about, name called, pulled apart, stripped apart of everything. Whatever identity that you had as a Black man, you've had that stripped away and taken away from you by everybody. And now everybody wears a piece of that identity to show you how much you are not important, how much they don't need you. Like I said, people don't understand it up until it actually happens. And people don't understand how integral and how important Black men are up until they're not there. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything that I stated in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.